The three of you are awakened at just as the sun is rising. 2 days after leaving Waterdeep, you are in a tent in the middle of the military encampment. That you have been with in the middle of the encampment made by the military force of Waterdeep that you've been traveling with for 2 days. The tent, Magic Frog, Ellana, and Urag'Thak, you are in this tent. And you are awakened by a horn that is being... by a big, horn that's being blown in the middle of the camp.
I have a question really quick.
Yep.
There are a few sort of small sort of things I wanted to do before we leave. Did those happen, or did we just, immediately go?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get there. And as this horn is blowing, one of the squires, following the knights around, flings your tent doors open and shouts, "The gathering has begun! You better get out here!" And you can hear just people shouting, and you can hear in the next 10 over, somebody is struggling to put their armor on quickly. I want to know what you did just before leaving. I want to know what you did the moment, as soon as Percival said, "I want you to come with us." What was the next thing you did?
Well, so we were in the building that Ellana. Right.
Yeah.
What about yours? Yours. I freaking forgot how to say her name.
Yuzdrael.
Okay, just making sure. Yes. I would say that I left her to tend to the offices, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If that would make sense in that kind of environment.
I mean, you could leave it there. I'm echoing through somebody's stuff.
Are you?
Yep, it's yours.
It's mine.
Yeah.
No, impossible. Hold on.
I mean, yeah. You, either at the office is completely unfurnished and on the opposite side of the town from the tavern.
Why?
So if you wanted to maybe have left her, in the Blue Unicorn with Derek, with Derek, who is Urag'Thak's nephew. Yeah. You could have done that too.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Let me, I think I'm gonna turn you down. See if that helps. Try talking?
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's working.
Try talking again? Okay, I think that'll be the sweet spot right there.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Oh, I also gave her my dagger? I have a dagger, right? Oh, let me check.
Something.
Dagger.
It is your job to keep track of the shit you've got.
Yes. Yeah. No, I gave her my dagger.
Okay.
I'll just take that off of my character sheet.
Cool.
And then yeah, that was it. They just packed and left.
Cool. What did Urag'Thak do?
Oh, I don't know. I had a couple of things I want to do, and I don't know which one would be more important. Or I guess it's not really about which one's more important. It's which one would fit best
You can.
under the
You can
tent,
say
so.
I did these things.
Okay, cool. I went into town and in search of a taxidermist.
Nope. Definitely not. Not.
What is your obsession with taxidermy?
Okay, no, Jake.
Stuffing his
No.
damn rat.
Not. Okay, for two reasons. First of all, it has at this point been 2 weeks since you got back, and you definitely should have done that beforehand. Second of all, there's an army marching through town.
Okay.
So
I'll
just
taxidermy
here,
that
I'm
later.
gonna flip a coin, Jake, and see if you've managed to find one in the interim.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, heads or tails?
Tails.
Good for you, Jake. You found a taxidermist. They're working on the rats.
Yeah! Woohoo! Okay, I specifically told him to taxiderm it so it's standing on its hind legs, and in its front paw is holding a big beer mug.
Okay.
Alright, and he told you that you could have it back as soon as you paid him 500 gold pieces for that.
500 gold pieces.
Yeah, so let me just
That's
make a note
a
of
lot
that
of money.
in
Yeah, but it's really good cosmetic. I mean, you gotta weigh the options here.
Yeah, totally.
owes 500 GP to the taxidermist.
Yeah.
Before he can have the rats back.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll just make that bold and twice the size of all the other text on the page. Yeah. Bam. Perfect.
Right. I also want to paint the office.
Okay, nope. Nope.
Okay, I'll
that can
paint
wait
it when we get back. Okay, then also, I guess in the time, before we were about to go on our merry way, I also want to know if the person I think is a necromancer has shown up in the Blue Unicorn yet.
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Then I guess before
so
we
glad
leave,
we took 10 minutes to do all that.
Yay.
Jake.
I tell Derek, I say, all right, Derek, there's going to be a very spooky, scary man who comes into the bar. He normally comes on Tuesdays. If you see him, I want you to tell him that the tavern owner, me, has a very special job for him. And that once I get back, I will contact him. Okay?
Okay, he looks up from his Game Boy. he's like magic Game Boy dealio thing.
It's just two wood slabs and a piece of parchment in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks up from his book and he's like, yeah, sure thing, whatever. And then looks back down at it.
Damn. Derek's kind of rude.
Sure thing, guy in a black robe, gotcha.
Yeah, I pat him on the back and say, oh, and also, make sure U's trail is, safe. I'm pretty sure Froggy would just like it if you, checked up on her every now and then.
She waves at you from behind the bar.
I wave back.
Okay.
And, yeah, I guess I leave for the adventure.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's just add people's names to my list. Okay. Okay. Fantastic.
Awesome.
That back in the moment, you've just been woken up. What do you do?
I'm laying down.
Yeah.
And I turn towards the wall. Let me sleep some more.
Okay.
And I wave my hand up. My throat. I need some water.
No, yeah. The squire has just left. He threw the door open, shouted at you guys, and ran off to get the next random person.
Mm-hmm.
So no one's here to tell you not to go back to sleep.
Sure.
Except
So
for Urag, because Ellana is also in the same boat. she's also just going, don't let me go back. Let me go.
Yeah, I kind of roll out of bed. I don't know. Do we have beds? Or are they like?
You're in a cot.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
cot.
roll out of my cot and kind of stretch and yawn. Oh, looks
Okay.
like it's time for the gathering.
The cot that your cot is actually two cots next to
Nice.
each other with reinforcing metal legs on them. Okay, yeah, you roll out of it. Just okay. Yeah, no, there's people shouting outside. The horn is being blown again. You can hear now people running around in armor. Like, you can hear the clanking of that going on as people run around. It's getting increasingly difficult to ignore and go back to sleep.
I guess I can kind of like take a peek outside, see what all is going on.
Okay, you have a peek outside, and you can see just the whole legion of knights in the shining armor with blue accents. They are gathering in the center of the camp, gathering in rank and file, all standing at attention, and probably about half of them have gathered at this point. And this is happening just if there's a big square in the middle of the camp, you're maybe 2 tents off of a corner of it, so you can see down into the middle of into the camp just by looking out the window. Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
I get up.
Yeah, I get my equipment.
I get my boots. No, shoes. I get my shoes on.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Ellana is still.
Yeah, no, Ellana waits. Ellana sits up on her bed, cot, and sits there, and gathers her stuff, and then waits for you guys to leave to change. So she just sits there.
Yeah.
It's just what are you doing?
Okay. Sure.
Why
I wait outside.
Okay.
I ask Ellana, "Hey, Ellana, which tie do you like better? The red one with stripes or the blue one with dots?"
Okay, I put my damn it! I take my tail and I poke it into the door and grab Urag by the neck and pull him back out.
She says, "I like the yellow one best."
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Just a couple moments later, she comes outside. She's wearing her brightly colored tunic and stuff with a green cloak wrapped around her shoulders. And it's getting pretty chilly because it's toward the end. It's getting toward the end of fall. I don't think that's how seasons work because it would. No, yeah. You're late. It's the middle of autumn. 2 weeks is not going to be an entire season. It's the middle of autumn. You guys are now, and it's a little bit chilly. I think Magic Frog, you're probably okay because you've got a fur coat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just built in. Is Urag just still just wearing basically nothing and a tie?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Basically nothing and a tie.
Fantastic.
I take out a piece of bread. I put it in my mouth.
Just conjuring up the Skyrim NPC vibes, huh?
And
yeah.
I look at Jake. What do you think they want? Nom 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 nom. What do you think they want?
I don't quite know yet, but it seems rather important.
Seems like trouble to me.
We've probably either...
Just remember, Froggy, we're here for peace. Trouble will only happen if we let it happen.
Ellana
Or we cause it.
Ellana comes out of the tent wrapping her new blue scarf around her neck. She says, we're probably just... I think we've done all the traveling. It's probably time to go and send the diplomatic party. Which I guess would be us.
All right.
We should go find out.
Sure. I start walking.
It's this way.
Walk.
I turn around.
We both just like turn around in unison.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, where do you go? Do you go join the knights, or do you do you just ignore that, like the fact that people are gathering, and just go and try and find somebody who's in charge?
Just go join the night,
Okay.
like join the gathering. I guess that's the.
All right, because I've I've assumed that people were gonna go join the obvious group, and then they just didn't. Jake.
Nice.
Before, so I gotta clarify.
Okay.
Okay, you guys go and just stand at the back, or off to the side of this.
Yeah, I'd say off to the side.
Okay, yeah, of the group of knights, where, and actually looks super out. You guys look and feel super out of place here because nobody told you where you were supposed to stand.
Can I climb on top of Urag's back?
I guess.
Sure.
Or
Alright,
he's
I
sitting
crawl
on
up.
your back.
I crawl up.
He's sitting on your shoulders now.
My very long hind legs kick your abdomen by accident.
Take 1 point of damage. No, I'm kidding.
Nice.
I'm kidding. Yeah, you climb up on top of him. You can see over the crowd that there's not that basically opposite you guys are is a group of knights who all have their helmets off and under their arms. Each of their helmets has a plume of blue feathers sticking out off of the top of it. You assume that this is where the generals are, or at least the or maybe the full-fledged knights, if these guys are all soldiers. I think I called them all knights earlier, but
Yeah.
but where the knights are, who would be leading the other soldiers. And they're definitely wearing fancier armor. And at the head of the party, you can see a man who you have not met yet, who stands probably about 6 feet tall, and is wearing a bright blue tunic with a red fur-lined cloak draped around his back, and a gold ring around his head. A golden crown atop his head.
That sounds like Link from Hyrule Warriors, just saying.
A blue tunic with a red cloak.
Yeah, he had like a red scarf or something in that game, didn't he?
He had a green tunic and a blue scarf.
What?
Ellana
No.
looks closer to Link than
Hyrule Warriors.
than this guy does.
Oh my god, you're right! Dude, what is the... Oh my brain. I could have swore he had like a blue with red. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, that just blew my mind. Never mind. Okay, Froggy puts his hands above his head and motions a invisible helmet on top of his head.
Wait, I'm sorry, where did you get an invisible helmet?
Not a real invisible helmet, just like an imaginary one. Sorry.
I was obviously not paying enough attention to what you said. Yeah, and the man with the blue tunic and the red cloak, he as the last of the soldiers gather in the center of the camp, he raises his right hand over the crowd, and everybody goes silent, and just like you hear the as everybody stands at attention all at once. And
is there a soldier in front of me?
There's all the soldiers in front of you. You're off to the side of the stuff. So yeah, there's like a group.
Could my foot reach one of them?
Jake, how far away from the soldiers are you standing?
I don't know. I'd say like a couple of paces.
Probably not.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Froggy's,
so
sorry.
You. No, what's Froggy doing?
I was just gonna say, Froggy stretches his leg out as if he's trying to measure if it's long enough or not. Then he finds out it's not and just puts it back down.
You spot Percival standing on the opposite side of the the group of soldiers from you. He sees this and he just looks. He like rolls his eyes up to the sky and he just looks super exasperated. And then goes back to attention as the king begins to speak. And he says, "My servants, friends, countrymen, we are gathered here today not as an act of war, but only to ensure peace. This, as you know, this army is gathered only as a last resort in case the worst befalls our friends in the diplomatic party over here." And look, they've all gathered correctly together, exactly where they should have. And he gestures over to Urag, and everybody turns and looks at you. And they see the cat sitting on top of Urag, and they see Ellana just face-palming.
I kind of just like nod at him. Like,
and the guy in front of you, the guy in front of you, Urag, he looks at your bright yellow tie, and he gives you a nod of approval.
I jump off his back and stand at attention.
Yes. My friends, would you care to introduce yourselves to your defending force, as we will call them?
Yeah, I turn to the army and I do sort of like bow and I say, "I am Urag'Thak, owner and proprietor of the Blue Unicorn establishment, and I will be heading this peace treaty sort of compromise. I am, as you can see, a half orc, although I look more like a full orc. But I'm very excited to be helping negotiate peace and prosperity throughout our lands." I then just kind of like trail off a little bit and like that's it.
Okay.
Everybody looks at the rest of you.
Froggy is he's taken out another piece of bread. He wasn't paying attention, and he's currently chewing it. And then when everyone looks at him, he
when
very confused.
And then Ellana cuts him off, and she's just like, "And I'm I'm Ellana, and that's Magic Frog, the
Hold
cat.
on, wait. Hello.
Charming. Charming. And finally, heading off there, to be the head of their or not the head, the advisor to their group, the royal, the royal diplomatic leader, the Urag'Thak, and from standing up from behind the king is a tall man with a well kept, red brown beard and hair, wearing a blue tunic with silver threads woven through it in different patterns. He steps forward and he does a low bow toward everyone, before returning to his seat, and everyone's just like ooh, or like cheer. There's cheers just erupting, like, to anybody but you, no, but to anyone except you two, this man needs no introduction. And you look over to Lana, she's just like, woo! Just clapping, just woo! Super, like, happy to, like, excited to see this person, like he's a big deal, and you have no idea who this person is. The king finally says, "You may return to your tents, but be alert. We must be ready to rally at a moment's notice, my countrymen. As for you, the diplomatic party, I would wish to see you in my tent in half an hour."
Froggy looks scared.
Don't.
I kind of just like bow and say yes.
Okay. And he turns and walks down the. I guess he's not on top of anything. He's not standing on like a platform or anything. He's just been standing in front of this group, I guess. He kind of turns around and walks back into his tent, which while the rest of them are kind of faded white or like with patches and stuff, this tent looks brand new and is very colorful, mostly blue, different shades of blue, with a big banner extended in front of it. And as the soldiers disperse, the bearded man in the purple and silver tunic begins to approach the three of you.
Hello.
Hello! Magic Frog, correct? And he holds his hand out to you. And as you get closer, you recognize he is a half elf. He's a half elf, and he has an ornate rapier at his side with blue gemstones set into the pommel and the crossguard.
Okay, I have bread in my hand. I awkwardly put the bread under my arm and try to shake his hand.
How many hands do you have?
One. I don't know.
You don't just like put the bread in your other hand and like.
No, I'm nervous, man.
Cool. He shakes your hand. He firmly shakes your hand, and then nods at Urag'Thak before Ellana tackles him. And
what?
No, yeah, she tackles him, and she said,
"Why?"
Shh. she said, "It's been so long." Where have you been, brother?
Brother?
Yes.
They do have the same last name.
Do they? I wasn't paying attention.
It's funny. It's a coincidence because, he's all fancy and Ellana works farm.
Oh. So... You're... his... sister?
Yes. Why don't we have the same accent?
I don't know.
Shit. The short answer is I can't do it in both voices. And I don't know why.
This bread is so delicious.
He says, my name is Leoric Fairwinter. I'm the court diplomatic advisor for King, King's name is, oh God. God damn it. I thought of everything fucking else. I missed. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's okay, guys. Cut this out. Viewers, you cut this out. We're not gonna cut it out. You cut it out. That's your job now. You're editing our videos.
We can't afford to pay you.
But yeah, do us a favor. Find out where we get back on track, and then put it in the comments below. Say, hey, they fucked up around here, and then they fixed it over here. That way, people don't have to worry about that little 10-hour thing there.
God. Oh my God.
Also, please subscribe.
Oh my God. These names are terrible. These names are terrible.
Okay, dude. Interesting.
Why was okay? All right, back on track. He says,
"Okay, guys, we're back on track now. You can put it in the comments. This is the point right here. Just letting you guys know." All right, let's continue.
Oh my God. Okay. He says, my name is Leoric Fairwinter. I'm the diplomatic advisor for King Redfern here. His first name is not important to you. You should know it. Julius. His name is Julius Redfern. That's what we're going with. That's canon now. It's going in the sheet, so I don't forget it later.
All right.
Why does Fairwinter sound familiar?
That's my name, you dumbass.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. Froggy laughs.
So does Leoric. He thinks that is absolutely fucking hilarious. Oh God. I now need to figure out what. Oh God. I think it's the Felicity Wilds. Is the area surrounding Waterdeep and Neverwinter, and if anybody knows better than that, fucking correct me. Because currently Julius Redfern is the king of the Felicity Wilds, Neverwinter, and Waterdeep. That, like, the area. He's king of both cities.
Ooh.
I think he lives in Neverwinter.
Awesome.
And Waterdeep has its own weird, fucked up government that we're not going to get into yet. He's the king of the area. So
I hold my hand out. I hold a piece of bread out to Urag. You want a piece?
Sure, why not?
I pull it away and eat it. I'm just messing with you.
wow, that's kind of a sick joke. That's mean.
That's a sickening, disgusting, vile human. Not human. He's not human.
See?
It's a backseat kind of move to make.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm not talking to my phone. My phone keeps acting like I'm talking to it, even though I haven't even said it. Its name is Bixby. But I'm not even saying that. Nothing's close to that, and it just automatically turns on like I'm talking to it.
Breadsby.
Redsby. Anyway, continue.
Finally, Leoric.
Yeah, I kind of turn to
okay.
Leoric Fairwinder and I say, so, y'all are, siblings then, I don't know, how, do you have, like, any, like, embarrassing stories about each other or something?
Why don't we get on
Okay,
with the point?
a lot of like just kind of like pushes you up, just kind of like pushes you forward. She's like, "All right, Urag, let's go. I think it's time. The king's probably waiting on us."
He most likely is. We shouldn't keep him waiting.
Urag.
Yes, embarrassing stories will have to wait for later, friends. He makes a ton, just harsh eye contact with Ellana as he says this. Like, embarrassing stories will happen later. And he says, "This way, follow me," and leads you to the king's tent, where he is waiting, where King Julius Redfern is. King Julius Redfern, Lord of Neverwinter and Waterdeep, is waiting for you.
Right. I guess, like, as we're
Actually,
walking
so's
up
Percival,
to
but
the
he's
tent,
waiting outside the tent.
As we kind of like are walking to the tent, I just like casually just say, "So, how does one become the chief? Oh God, words not
The
coming.
diplomatic advisor to the king.
Thank you. Ugh. I swear, quarantine has just screwed my mind up. Whew.
It's all them video games melting your brain.
This is a PSA. Video games don't do that. PSA over. It says, through lots of time and dedication. And also being good at
Nice.
talking to people.
Kinda cringe.
However, considering your heritage and relation to the clan in question, I believe you will be taking point on this matter. And he shows you, and as you guys arrive at the tent, Percival just kind of he kind of steps aside and he says, "The diplomatic party to see you, my lord." At which point you hear the king from inside say, "Bring them in." And he does. He leads you in, and you are standing now in a very fancy tent. It's a very, very fancy tent, and there's a big oak desk that's just been like planted in the middle of it. The king is sitting at with and it's just covered in papers, and he has. Excuse me. He's got a big black quill in his hand that he's like signing a paper with as you enter. And he picks the paper up and puts it on one of these piles, and puts the quill down. And he says, My friends, it is my honor to speak to you, um, Urag'Thak, son of Sonag. You have a relation to the Black Hammer clan, correct?
Yes, I do.
Very good. It is under my. I'm under the. It is my perception of the times that you're. Do you know what transpires within the clan currently?
So you cut out a little bit.
Apologies. Do you know? Do you have any inkling of the things that transpire among your clansmen currently?
Not currently. I haven't really had too much contact with the clan since I left.
Then I will allow. I will allow our diplomatic advisor to fill you in. At which point, Leoric says, "Thank you, my lord. It is our understanding, Urag. Urag. May I call you Urag?
Yes.
It is my understanding that your brother, Gorlag Thak, is currently the chieftain of the Black Hammer clan, tribe or clan. We've been calling it a clan, but I want to get the terminology correct before we head down there.
Yes, clan.
Okay.
Clan is just fine.
Fantastic. It is our understanding that your brother is currently the chieftain, considering your father is no longer around.
Yeah, that was a whole big thing. Yeah, he is no longer sure.
And however, we do know that he is following your father's commitment to a united Orcish people, and peace with the other the other humanoid races. However, there has been word of a splintered a group that has splintered off of the clan and has been committing acts of wanton violence among the cities and towns of our region. And we have no inkling of whether this is a. There have been reports of orcs invading small cities and towns, and we have no inkling of who might be responsible for this. Whether your father's ideals have been lost, or a group has taken it upon themselves to make changes. We want you to go and speak to your kin and determine the identities of the leaders of this so-called change.
All right. Now, just a quick sort of question. You said that my father's ideologies have been lost. What sort of evidence is there that is linking my father to
Your father who attempted to practice peace.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Who was responsible for uniting the orcs and giving us 20... 20? Is that correct? Yes, 20 some years of peace between our two populations.
Froggy yawns.
I can't elbow
What? I'm tired.
him. Important.
So what you're saying is that we must find out who the leaders are and then what? Kill them?
No.
No.
We negotiate with them.
Um,
It's most likely that they are just fellow worshippers of Grumsh and have begun to raid the nearby cities.
Jonathan, I hear you laughing. Jake's not talking out of his ass. Like, there's like some actual D&D
What?
lore.
Yeah. He's one of the big name orc gods.
Grumsh
For like a-
is one of the orcish gods of war.
I'm sorry.
And like, they like have like a holiday or something where they just go around
That's
and
the one.
Grumsh.
slaughtering and
Yep.
raiding cities
That's such an
to
odd...
celebrate Grumsh.
I mean, considering orcs, like... Sorry. They probably don't talk like that, actually.
Okay, so, alright, so I join in the conversation and I say, so what exactly do you think we should tell these orcs?
This is the king. He says, my personal recommendation is that you find the chieftain and speak to him.
I mean, based off what you have told us, seems that they are not very talkative.
No, I mean they should be. The current chieftain, Urag'Thak, he is. We have been not allies, but in contact with him. He, as far as we know, has been following the teachings of Urag'Thak, the peace. He is an advocate for it. We know, however, because there are these raids and attacks on human, elven villages of other peaceful folk, we are concerned. We want you to.
Sorry.
That is very rude, Mr. Cat.
I
You need to stop
apologize.
eating so much bread.
I had a little bit to drink last night.
As did I, but we do not make fools of ourselves in front of royalty. I will permit it. Now, as you are one of the companions of Urag'Thak, who is integral to our plan of negotiation.
Sure.
Urag'Thak, we would like you to speak to your brother and attempt to find the culprits, the identity of the leader of this group that has been performing attacks, and their punishment shall be left up to Orcish tradition, as it is their duty just as much as ours to preserve peace, and it is the orcs who have put strain on that very.
Alrighty.
So, yes, it is
Yes, my king, I will.
your duty.
I will speak to Gorlag at once.
Okay.
Yes, point and he will bark.
Sure.
Mhm.
And he says, they are currently encamped just on the other side of this mountain pass. And he actually stands up and he walks over to I was gonna say blackboard, whatever. It's like a board with a map on it. Because there aren't walls in the tent. He points at a map that is real zoomed in and basically has your camp marked on it, and then mountains, and there's a mountain pass. That's probably about half a mile where through the mountains, and on the other side is the Orcish encampment, or their gathering. They're probably not actually camped out, but their gathering place is just on the other side of the mountains, or on the other side of this mountain pass. That is, it's very easy to traverse. It's not like going up into the mountains and back down. It's like a big gap. He points it out to you. He says you will be traveling up to their encampment to speak to Urag'Thak, where you Sir Percival will lead you through, although he will not be entering their camp with you. He will be waiting to return and rally forces in the event that an ill fate befalls you.
Sounds good, although I doubt a ill fate will befall us. He is my brother after all, and we do have a rather good relationship.
Sounds like more complications to me.
It really does. It really does, Froggy.
But I'll stand behind you no matter what. Urag, friend.
You have my knife.
Wait, who?
What?
What do you mean you have my...
No,
wait, I don't get that.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
You have my knife, and my sword, and my loot. No? Okay.
What? I don't get it. Am I being dumb?
Yes. Yes, you are.
I don't... My brain isn't comprehending this. Okay.
Okay. He says, well, be off with you. We have limited time. I would like for negotiations to be over before another village is ransacked.
Absolutely, my king. And I bow.
I bow too and say, we shall hopefully be back shortly.
I step on his foot.
I should hope so. Ellana and Leoric also bow. And as you guys exit the tent, Sir Percival is standing there waiting for you, holding, and he is holding a. He's holding a knapsack which he hands to or a bag. He's holding a bag which he hands to Leoric as he walks out of the tent, and he says, "Follow me, friends. We shall be. We must be off."
All right,
And
I follow.
Yeah, he leads you guys just to the edge of the campsite where there are four. There are four horses. I don't know if Urag can ride a horse. He probably can. No, there are four horses and like a big horse. That are
A war horse.
Yeah,
Giant rip horse.
Beefy horses.
big horse.
Big horse.
Yeah,
Biggest.
Yeah, so there's
horse
some regular
in the
horses,
world.
and then there's a shire horse for there's a shire for nope, that's a draft horse. Fucking hell. There's a big horse for Urag'Thak. And we spent way too much time trying to figure out what the fuck a horse is. There's a big horse for Urag'Thak to get on. And comparatively, it's the same size to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys all mount up, and Percival leads you through the pass, and he says, as he does so, he says, "Be careful, friends. I know that you, at least you, Mr. Urag'Thak, you know some of them. However, in my dealings, I have found orcs, even those who are supposedly peaceful, to be riotous and a violent bunch. Even among their own kind, I would." And gathered in group in a manner such as this, I would not be surprised if I would heed you to take caution, even among your own kin, my friend.
Don't worry. I know what Gorlag is like. We shouldn't be too long.
Very well. After about 10 or 15 minutes, you guys reach the other side of the mountain pass. Actually, I don't think it would take a horse that long to do a half mile, but whatever. After a bit of riding, you guys reach the other side where you crest a hill and you can see there is an enormous camp happening. It looks like the soldiers' camp that you guys have just left, except that instead of being kind of laid out in nice neat rows with a big open area in the middle, it's all kind of just tents are pitched wherever the hell, just all over the place. There is a big circle in the center of the thing, except that instead of being empty and reserved for gatherings, it looks like the orcs are gathered within it, having competitions, playing games and such. There's totally some orcs doing a caber toss. You can see that happening. Guys, we're done with the horses. Stop sending pictures to the Discord. You're distracting. There's most of the tents are red or yellow or or even just completely made out of animal furs. It would be a mess, except that it also still it feels like it's organized. At least Urag, you feel that way. You get a sense of organization out of this. As organized as orcs are gonna get, but it still looks like chaos.
Yeah.
And there's definitely oh man, I really like the idea of orcs riding giant boars and stuff. So there's some of those.
Yeah.
There's some of those tethered horses and stuff. They've probably got some big horses too, but definitely they've got some other kind of more monstrous animals around. Oh boy, guitar guy's playing. I'm trying to make TV! Dude! God. Uh,
Fine, he can play like the music for the festivities.
but yeah, around the camp there are banners. There are large banners, where, except that on every pole with banners on it, there are two. There's an assortment of them. Some of them are like bloodshot eyes, or a clawed hand, or like crossed axes, a wolf's head, or a bear's head, or the head of a boar, like different animal heads, different like things on the flags. Over top of every single flag, though, there is a banner with the shape of a black warhammer emblem on it.
Scaly.
Which, Jake, you recognize most of these. You recognize that this as the clans have all gathered here, united under the banner of the Black Hammer. Like, yeah. So, bam. You guys are, actually, as you guys kind of crest this hill, Percival, you guys all stop and have a look at it, and Percival says, "This is where I will remain, and I will bring reinforcements should anything unfavorable happen. I wish you luck in your endeavors, friends."
And you as well.
I think I said Leoric. I meant Percival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. I should have fuck. I should have my night collar, I should have gotten that what do you call it? Inspected before I left. But I totally did not. Fuck.
You should have.
Can I wait, is there any other way to inspect it? Yeah, go for it.
You have to spend an hour looking at it, trying to figure it out. Or you have to make a successful Arcana check and spend an hour inspecting it to do so. And you know what? You can flip a coin.
I'll roll
because it has been 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll roll for it.
Okay.
We said Arcana?
Yeah.
Cool. 15?
Yeah, that'll do it. So
sure.
So you have determined that, what is it? Nightcaller?
Nightcaller, yeah. Summons the undead. I think once per day. If I'm correct in that.
Oh, okay, sorry. According to 5th edition, if you blow the whistle in darkness or under the night sky, it allows you to cast the Animate Dead spell. The target can be affected through up to 10 feet of soft earth or similar material, and if it is, it takes 1 minute to claw its way to the surface to serve you.
Okay.
Once the whistle has animated an undead creature, it can't do so again until 7 days have passed. Once every 24 hours, you can blow the whistle to reassert control over 1 or 2 creatures you animated with it.
Okay. Wait, is that saying that I could, like, keep the dead body and just reanimate it?
No.
I don't just... Because it's a reassert.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. So you can reassert dominance. So you can animate something, and after 24 hours, it is no longer under your control. It'll stay animated. It is no longer under your control. You can blow the whistle again to bring it back under your control.
That's very strange. Okay.
Hey everyone, it's me, Ethan. I just wanted to say thank you so much for listening to episode 11 of our show. I'm so sorry it took so long to get out. We just uploaded episode 10, which was the very end of the first adventure, and then we recorded this one, and before I could upload it, we had a long period of time where we weren't going to be able to play, so I didn't feel like it was fair to upload the start of an adventure and then not be able to follow it up for a while. So I just wanted to apologize for that. We have since managed to record several more episodes, and I should be back on schedule, uploading them at the right times and all of that. So we're back, we're going, it's all good. Before I let you get back to the show, I just wanted to say, you can check us out on some social media. We have a Reddit page, which is the Minor Illusion Show, and you can follow us on Twitter at IllusionCast. What else is there? If you want to send in magic items for us to stock the Rogues Gallery with, you can send an email to MinorIllusionDND@gmail.com. That's once again MinorIllusionDND@gmail.com. And I think that's everything. So once again, thank you very much for watching the show. We shouldn't have a big break like that again. I'm very sorry. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Enjoy the rest of the first episode of Season 2. Okay, so you guys ride down into the Orcish campsite, the camp, the gathering, whatever it is. You ride down into it among the red and yellow and among the odd tents, and there are orcs just milling around, and some of them look not so happy to see like two elves ride through town. I mean, they're like, they're half elves, but like they're not gonna necessarily be able to tell just by looking. And probably actually most of them probably haven't even seen a tabaxi before, so you're a little
they don't even know what to think about. Yeah, they don't even know what to think about that.
Yeah, and none of the orcs that you ride past recognize Urag, because I believe we said he hadn't been back here since he left.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I just like under my breath just need to say to everyone, stick close to me and don't talk to anyone.
Yeah. Actually, so on that topic, you said to the king that you and Urag'Thak have a okay relationship. Have you talked to him?
Yes. I'm gonna say the last time I saw him was a couple of years ago at our last big family reunion.
Sure. By which you mean you and him showed up in Phandalin.
Yeah.
to see your mother. Okay.
Yeah, me, him, Viviana.
Yeah. And then your human elven
the whole
side of the family. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So it's been like 4 years? 4 or 5 years? Okay.
4 or 5, yeah.
So okay. Yeah. Okay. You guys ride into the camp, and you kind of ride along the edge of the middle, searching the middle like opening thing, searching for the tent that might be Gorlog's. Jake, I want you to no, I want you, instead of rolling, I want you to tell me what the tent looks like. Like, what does Gorlog's tent look like when you find it, and where is it in the mass of chaos?
I'm gonna say it's a rather large tent that can fit, just a lot of stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got some really thick, not really like stripes, but like I guess sort of stripes, black stripes running through it.
Okay.
And it has the I'm gonna say that it has sort of like in front of the I guess a doorway of the tent, but not really like doorway.
The opening, the flaps.
Yeah, the opening in front of the opening of the tent. There is the severed head of a boar.
Fantastic. Okay. As you do you like announce that you're coming in, or do you just open the door and enter?
I open the door and yell in Orcish, "Brother!"
Jonathan, do you speak
Yeah.
Orcish? Oh god, I don't have character sheets.
Do I? I don't think. No, I speak Elvish. I think.
I don't have a character sheet open. Why don't I have a character
Yeah,
sheet open?
Where's it at? Oh, here it is. Bio and oh fuck, wrong button. Stop. There we go. Pretty sure I speak Elvish.
Okay.
So no.
So no, probably not.
Yes.
Okay. Well. Okay, then you don't understand what he says. Neither does. I have the wrong character sheet
Yes.
open. Jonathan,
I
are
know.
you using your random, like, Google Doc character sheet or Roll20 today?
Roll20
Okay,
because I can edit it.
gotcha. I just wanted to make sure, because if you weren't using Roll20, I wanted to remind you that you could be. Because it's great. Okay, why isn't it letting me log the fuck in? Fucking log in! Jesus! Oh my god! Cool. Cool. I'm so glad that my internet has decided
Yeah, I'm fine.
The fuck?
Jake's sister is
Oh.
interrupting.
Oh, is that? I thought I heard a girl. I was like, what the hell? I thought I was going crazy.
Yeah, I'm making a perfect girl voice.
I thought there was an actual like ghost in my house or something for a second there. Kind of freaked me out. Cause like for a second there, neither of you acknowledged it, and I was like, wait.
Oh, yeah, because I'm just totally used to it. Used to random shit coming through on Jake's end. Oh god, why didn't I have a character sheet prepared?
I don't know.
Guys, when did I get so bad at D&D?
I don't know.
Why'd you let me do this?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Open a new tab.
Sweet.
Okay.
I love new tabs. They're my
I
favorite.
know. Language.
So many exciting possibilities and options when you open a new
Ellana
tab.
also speaks Orc. There we go. Oh, God. I had a character sheet for Leoric at some point. I'm gonna pretend he speaks. He's had a lot of time to learn a lot of languages. He also speaks Orc.
Yeah.
From who? What the hell?
Okay, so
Yeah.
No.
okay, so Jake, you whip open the tent flaps to find the tent is empty. The tent is empty, and as you walk inside to like look in the other, like to look past like some stuff that's in here, like a flap or a couch or something, you feel or as you like lean forward into the tent just to make sure, you feel a hand clap you on the back, and then an arm wrap around your neck and give you a big old like whatever, and he like rubs his knuckles into the top of your head. And he says, "Brother, I've not seen you in years. Where have you been? Still running that tavern?"
You know me. Yeah, I've been really hard at work at the tavern. Crazy stuff. There's a necromancer guy who comes in like every week.
I'm pretty. Ellana leans over to Leoric. Froggy, you see Ellana lean over to Leoric and go, "I'm pretty sure there isn't." And Gorlog says, "Oh, I've been meaning to come by, and then I forget, or something happens. There's been a lot happening recently."
Yeah, it's just fine. Being a chief is hard work.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Good grief. Well, come on in and have a seat. And there's some chairs in here. There's like a couch that's been made out of animal skins, and like there's like a beanbag chair, but you have no idea what's in it, and probably don't want to know. And he sits on he sits down just on the ground, just cross-legged on the ground, and says, "So what brings you and your friends?"
Oh yes, my bad. Allow me to introduce. This here is my friend Magic Frog.
Hello.
Motion over towards Froggy.
He's not a frog.
He is not.
He's a cat.
It was very confusing when I first met him.
It's going
Thanks
to remain
for
that
the
way.
Observation.
Okay, Magic Frog, and what of the elves? He
Yes.
doesn't look pleased to see. I mean, like he looks probably he doesn't look pleased to see elves in the camp, but not necessarily for the same reason the other orcs might be unpleased to see them, because like obviously, I mean, like you guys have a you two have a human sister who's married to an elf, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like he's probably okay. He's probably okay with them, but is more likely worried that he's probably more likely thinking the other orcs are not going to be okay with this. Why are they here?
Yeah.
Like that's the look that you get in his face as he asks you about them. What of your elven friends?
Yes. Yes, this here is Ellana Fairwinter. I motion over towards her.
She kind of waves nervously.
And
And Leoric Fairwinter, who just walks right up to him and shakes his hand. I'm the diplomatic advisor to the king, King Julien Redfern, Lord of Neverwinter and Waterdeep, and I'm here to advise your brother. Considering diplomatic missions are not something he has been doing for a while. I see. Very well, you are welcome in this camp. And while I bear you no ill will, the other orcs I cannot speak for. Oh boy, I'm gonna be talking to myself, huh? Yeah, this was a bad idea.
Hey, sorry, real fast. I need to go to the bathroom.
Go for it. We'll take a quick
I'll
break.
be back. Sure.
Fun.
Okay, we should be good. Okay, where was I? What were we doing? Guys. What were we doing?
You were talking to his brother.
Talking to Gorlock.
That's true. He, right. Gorlock, after you guys have introduced yourselves, Gorlock says, "So, brother, what brings you here?"
I nudge him.
What brings you here, brother?
Okay. We've heard some rumors and about there being some sort of splinter faction of orcs that have been raiding nearby settlements, and we were sent here to negotiate terms.
I had heard of this, although as far as I know, the settlements that were raided were well enough off that they were able to recover.
That's an odd way to think about it.
No, I mean, I heard about this, and when I investigated it, I discovered that the places that had been raided were all seemed to have been chosen specifically because they were well enough off or wealthy enough that they could that taking a chunk of their resources would not cripple them. And they were all doing fine when I investigated, and so I determined it would not be a broken peace treaty. I don't think we had a treaty, but it would not have caused strain between our kingdoms.
So, what you're telling us is that it could be anyone. But specifically choosing communities where they would be better off, or they were good enough
where
without
it wouldn't have completely crippled the town. They would have been they all recovered by the time I had learned about it.
Sounds like someone might be desperate.
I wouldn't quite say desperate. They're most likely rating them as honor to grooms.
I had that thought too, although it also crossed my mind that the raids could be practice.
Practice for
something bigger. For taking a small amount in practice for something larger rather than just going big and without It has been a long time since any of the families have raided anyone. So, I mean, or even instigated a fight. We have been we have been peaceful with at least the people of your king's realm, and only fighting in self-defense for a good many years.
Yes. Interesting. Would you mind if we spoke with some of a sec?
He's got the coronavirus. He's gonna
Sorry
die.
about that.
It's invaded our game.
It's the gastronic plague. Oh, God.
Would you mind if we were to speak with some of the members of the other clans? Maybe they might know something a bit more about it.
I can gather them. Absolutely. I will gather the leaders of the families and bring them to the courtyard. The courtyard doesn't sound right. The game field. The center of the camps.
Perfect.
Center of the camp for you. It should take only a few minutes. And he stands up and he begins to walk out of the tent to go do this. Leaving the four of you here alone. Alone. And now I have to pull up another. No,
I don't know. What do you think, Jake?
I guess.
You guess what? We could
I
probably
guess
just we could probably just go to one of those communities, right? Investigate.
Yeah. We should probably wait a couple minutes for the great families to gather. I just kind of like peek out of the sort of entryway towards the middle of the camp every once in a while.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm working on it, Jake. I'm like coming up with names for all these fucking houses.
Sure thing, yeah.
Well, just because I came up with, I like have not necessarily come up with names for all of the families, but now that you've specifically asked for them all at once, I was going to come up with them all as we went, but now it's time.
Sure,
it's too late now.
In the meantime,
how many families are there, Jake? How many Orcish families? Tell me.
Let's say they're like 6 or 7-ish. I feel that's probably like a good number.
Okay. Oh boy, okay.
What?
This is gonna get cut too, probably.
In the meantime, while we wait for the families to gather, does anyone have any, like, I guess, questions about how of our sort of whole culture and how we do things?
I'm playing two characters. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Like, I'm playing two characters
This
that
is
you're
more
asking.
This is more directed at Froggy.
Froggy, do you have any questions about orcs? Hello?
John.
What? Sorry, you cut out.
Froggy, do you have any more questions of orcs? About orcs? While
Not really.
Okay.
I'm just here to get paid.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. 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 I've got. Hold on. I'm getting one more name. One more name.
Uno more nemitos. One more name. Get one more name. One more name to name. What will the name be?
Okay.
Only he knows, cause he's naming it.
Give me another symbol that I didn't mention.
Ooh, a number symbol. Let's say a rat on a stick.
Okay. The Rat Stick Clan. Cool, thanks, Jake. Fantastic world building we've got going on here. Okay. Yeah. So after about 20 minutes, you've been peeking out the door. After about 20 minutes, which is how long it took me to do that, apparently. After about 20 minutes, you see that Gorlog has gathered back in the center of the camp, where actually he's cleared it out. Although there are still like the remains of activities going on. Like there was a sparring like ring, but I say sparring. It was live combat. Like in there, and actually he's got them gathered in there. I mean it's just like a ring of sticks that have been laid out on the ground. The the guys doing the caber toss have like just dropped the big pole and left, and he is gathered again in the field with 5 other orcs who are all wearing whereas everyone else has just been kind of like wearing little to no clothing or armor, these guys are all like covered in different colored war paint with they all look very dressed up. One of them has a bunch of red and white beads woven into his beard.
Whoa.
And one of them has a big horned helmet on her head. And one guy has just like the biggest fucking sword you've ever seen.
Ooh.
It's like as long as Froggy is tall and about twice as wide. He's got a giant fucking buster sword on his back. Yeah, there's a bunch of them gathered around, and oh boy, I'm gonna have to write down their descriptions as I say them.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oy.
There's one with blue beads on several, like just on several necklaces, different shades of blue beads on several necklaces wrapped around his neck. One of them has the giant fucking sword. There's Gorlog, who is Urag's brother. There's the one with the horned helmet on her head. And there's one with what looks like a cleric's tabard. Kind of like draped over their shoulders, like trying to look like it was pillaged, and they were like, "Ooh, this is nice," and then they've worn it wrong. And it's like a bright yellow tabard, which has been crudely painted, has the rat on a stick symbol drawn on it.
Nice.
And she is wearing that one. Oh boy. Can't spell, apparently. Alright, here we go. And let me just tell Scrivener to learn all of these spellings real quick so I can stop looking at a screen full of red lines. Woohoo, guys! This is D&D. It's a lot of random bullshit. Okay, so Gorlog, as you approach, they all sort of, they don't bow, but they do like a fist into an open palm, just like punch into their open palm as you guys arrive, and some of them like nod their heads at you as you approach, and as you guys do, Gorlog goes down the line and introduces them to you. He says, the first one is the man with the red and white beads woven into his beard, and he says, "This is Yornaz Bash, the chieftain of the Bloody Eye Clan. Next is Urag'Thak, the leader of the Bearfang clan," and he's the one with the blue beads on his necklaces. Following him is Urag'Thak, the Wolf's Head clan leader. He is the giant sword. Following him are the one with the horned helmet, who is introduced as Bernaz Garm, leader of the Iron Fist clan. And finally, Yazgash Zorn, the leader of the Rat Stick clan, who has the tabard, who has like the cloth thing on with the rat stick symbol painted. The Rat Stick clan. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. God, that's so goofy. You've got to have one, and he says, as after he's introduced all of them, he gestures to you and he says, "And this is my brother Urag'Thak and his compatriots, Leoric and Ellana Fairwinter and Magic Frog, the cat."
I raise my fist in the air. I say, "Yeah!" Can in an attempt to get them to like me.
Okay. Yazgash Zorn is just like, "Woo!" Let's go! Yeah, she and then she like looks at everyone else who are just like, "Yes, yes, we're here, we're calm, we're collected." She's just just kind of like just. Oh my god, yeah.
Raise a toast to me, Magic Frog.
Okay. Gorlog ignores all of this, and he says, "We have heard that there have been raids taking place, conducted by orcs, presumably of this clan, or this gathering. And they are here to uncover the responsible parties, whether they would be one of you or one of us or some of our subordinates without our knowledge. You are expected to cooperate fully with their investigation and provide them with all relevant information. And they all kind of nod in agreement and kind of like do their little like grunts and stuff, whatever. Gorlog says, "Friends, you may take it from here." And then he stands in. Well, I was gonna say he stands like in line with them, but you've already talked to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he actually, you know what? He'll even ask. He says, "Would you prefer that I leave or join their file, their rank?"
You can leave, brother. We've already spoken to you. You should, do your duties here.
Very well. I shall be waiting in the I shall be waiting in the shamanry. And he turns off and walks off. Kind of. If you guys are standing at one end of the opening, the side closest to his tent, he walks off toward the opposite side from you guys, away from his tent, toward actually the tallest tent, which is kind of, you can see there's a big black tent that is probably twice as tall as all of the others. Kind of just like off in the distance. Okay, so what do you do? Oh, here.
All right, I guess.
Let me share the orcs with you guys. Bish, bash, bosh. There you go. They're the orcish houses, and they're
oh, that's loud.
And their leaders. Enjoy.
All right. Okay, I guess we should just start with Urnaz Bosch.
Can we split up?
I mean, they're all in one group. Do you want to do you want to talk to them one-on-one, or just like?
I guess
we should. No, we should do good cop. We should do good cop, bad cop.
Okay, so you set up an interrogation tent, and you tell them to wait outside. You tell them all to wait outside, and you take them into the tent one at a time.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't know what kind of questions to ask. Jake, are you talking? If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Jake, you may need to reconnect.
Let me type it. Jake, reconnect. There you go.
Hello?
Did you hear what?
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said?
About what?
Well, I don't know what kind of questions do you want to ask these. I mean, we could start with Bosch, but I don't know if you want to take the lead on this one, or because I don't even know where to begin.
I'll take the lead. So
All right.
it's all the same for you guys.
All right,
I'll
I'll be.
think of any relevant questions. Just
Okay.
ask.
Yeah, you
Sure.
guys set up your interrogation tent, complete with a one-way mirror, complete with one-way glass, and a room for Ellana and Fumblemore, Leoric to sit in. And you bring them in one at a time.
Yes.
This is how it's going. You could take them into Gorlog's tent, I guess. But yeah, you take them into a tent one at a time to talk to them, is what I am assuming. Unless you want to just talk to all of them at once.
Nope. One
Okay.
at a time.
Cool. Starting with Yurnaz Bosch.
Yes.
Okay, what are your questions?
Oh, okay.
This is I don't know, he's like sitting at a table or just like on a chair or whatever. Or just standing there. He's got a kind of a, I don't know, it's not a huge beard, but it's big enough to, or it might be bigger, but it's kind of close to his face with the red and white beads woven into it. He's older than Urag, who is in his early 40s, late 30s.
Mhm.
What did we say? About
40s,
that, right?
early
Okay.
40s.
Yeah, so he's a bit older than you, probably about the same age as Gorlog. And he says, "Ask away. I've nothing to hide."
All right then. Do you know if you or any of your fellow clansmen have any of your clansmen been showing any form of like resentment towards any of the nearby settlements?
I certainly haven't. And I'm sure none of my clansmen have either. Although I can't speak for all of them. I can't speak for all of their feelings. However, I am certain that we have not attacked anyone.
All right. Now we have noticed that many of the settlements that were raided, all of them seem to be doing very well, and the raid did not cause too much financial trouble to the settlements. Do you think that some of your clansmen might have thought that a small raid might be to praise the almighty Grumpsh, might be justified in some way?
It is entirely possible, although an animal sacrifice or participation in the games would honor our Lord Grumpsh just as well.
Yes. I see.
If this they had completely razed the village and killed all of its inhabitants and taken all of their stuff, I could see that it had been either forged of animosity or to exalt our god. However, they were not. So if they were to praise Grumsh, then I don't see it being. If they were to praise Grumsh, then you should expect that they will get worse or more destructive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have anything to add, Froggy?
I don't know. It's quite a fickle situation. He crosses his arms and thinks.
So, because talking to all five of these people is going to take forever, how about you guys just roll some insight checks or investigation checks, and I'll tell you some things that you learn.
Sure.
Cool. Wow, wait, is this our first roll of the day?
It is the first roll of the day.
Technically, I mean,
okay. I had Jake flip a coin, but that doesn't count.
You said investigation, right?
Yes.
Do we both
investigation.
Roll, or
yeah, you guys can both roll.
I got 21.
And if you've got Ellana and Leoric in the room with you, I can roll for them too. Or
I just assumed they were in. Yeah.
Okay.
I got 21.
Sure.
I got 17.
Okay. Cool. Give me just a moment, and I will come up with I will compile the list of things that you have learned. Okay. Give me just a moment.
Yeah. I'm kind of sleepy. Jake, you mind if I just sleep right now?
Don't mind.
Okay. Thanks.
Just don't sleep like too crazy.
I'm just sleeping. I don't know. I've been really tired all day. It's because I didn't get home till like early morning because I closed the store.
Okay, I am ready. Wake up, Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
I'm awake.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just rusty in my eyes.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry. Good.
You gather from talking to the 5 Orcish lords, the leaders of the houses. You learn that the settlements. There were 3 settlements attacked. The village of Loudwater, which is the nearest one, as well as another city called Lathander's Pride, which most people just call it Pride, and a third city a third settlement which somebody pointed out on a map, which it's not big enough to be named. It wasn't big enough to warrant naming it yet. So, but Loudwater is the closest settlement that has been attacked, and it's about a day's ride away. What else did you find? All of the lords have claimed that they are not responsible, and that they would keep an eye out for subordinates of theirs that are like out to do this. As well as several of them, not several of them. One of them, Urag'Thak, the one with the giant sword, who is the leader of the Wolf's Head clan. He specifically claimed that that your father, Urag'Thak, who brought this Age of Peace about, was a close friend of his, and he would not do anything that would have upset that during, like, if he was around, he wouldn't have done anything, and he still wouldn't. So, basically, you've gotten nowhere.
Awesome.
However, as you guys are kind of wrapping up your talk with all of them, and they all kind of leave one by one to go back to their business and keep an eye out as they claimed they would, you see there's a young orc who maybe 12 years old rides up on one of the boars, and he has a note for Urag, which he hands to you. And why would he have a note? He could just tell you this. He could say, Urag'Thak, is that you? Urag'Thak.
Yes.
God, every young person turns into Ellana. Urag'Thak, is that you?
Yes, I'm Urag.
Your brother requests your presence in the shamanry. And it's over there, and he points at the big black tent that rises above the rest of them.
Yes. Thank you.
He says, he requests your presence immediately, as soon as you're able.
All right. Did he specify if he wanted the others as well? And I motion over to Froggy and Ellana and everyone.
He did not. He did not specify whether or not they were to come. They were to go with you. That's not to say that they shouldn't, but he didn't specify.
All right. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And then he rides off between some tents, so probably to deliver another message. Yes.
All right. Do you want to come, Froggy?
Might as well.
All right.
Lead the way.
Okay.
All right. Do you two want to come as well, or do y'all want to stay back?
We might as well.
All right. Fine. The whole gang.
Yeah. You guys walk it down to the black tent, which and as you arrive, it is the tent itself is featureless, featureless except for the ropes holding it up. And the door flaps are they're hung shut, and they're not even kind of like even flapping a little bit in the wind. And inside you can, but from between them, you can see faintly. You can see lights glowing inside the tent. And as you pull the flap open, Urag, you see Gorlog, who actually kind of like pulls it open at the same time as you, and he says, "Oh, good, you're here. Go inside."
All right. I step
Yes,
inside.
And he says, "You can take one of them with you, one of your friends, but not all of them."
All right. I glance over at Froggy. You up for this?
Sure.
Okay, and Ellana and Leoric just actually they as you two walk in and Urlag is walking out, they like talk to him, and like they like start talking to him and walking wherever he's going as you guys enter the tent. And inside Jake, you see somebody you've not seen in 20 years. How long has it been since you, or even longer than that, like 30 years? Yeah, since you left the Orcish tribes. It is standing before you is Urag'Thak, your grandfather, and currently the shaman to the Orcish, the Black Hammer tribe. Which
Grandpapa?
Yeah, he's totally dressed like a witch doctor-y kind of deal. He's got like bones and stuff hanging off of him in like decorative coating. He's got like a big headdress on, and his hair is just completely gray. And he has white war paint, not necessarily war paint, but it looks like it, painted around his eyes, and down his arms, and he has his eyes closed as you enter, and he says, "Welcome back, grandson, and your compatriot is Magic Frog, correct?"
Correct.
Yes.
It is
How did you know his name?
I
know your
know
grandfather
many
from.
things. Oh my god, okay. No.
I mean, yeah, okay, Froggy stops, and clearly that didn't work, so he just leaves it alone. We just.
No, I mean, if you want to try and set something up, I'll let you. I'll take that back. But
I was just gonna fuck with Jake, or fuck with Urag, make him think that me and his grandfather have known each other for years, even though we don't know each other at all.
oh my god! Oh no, Magic Frog!
My roommate in college.
He and I go way back.
Back before the dark times.
He says, "I know many things, grandson. I see them in dreams and visions, the past, the future, and the present."
Wow, grandfather. It's so amazing to see you. You've hardly changed a bit.
That's not true. My hair was black when you left.
Well, yes, but besides that, I mean, wow. It's been too long. Too long.
It has. And you didn't even write me a letter.
I wrote you letters. It's just difficult to send them here.
That's fair. Anyway, I have knowledge for you. And for you, Magic Frog.
Ooh, for me. Sorry. For me.
He actually between the three of you, there's a small unlit campfire with a kettle over top of it. And he just waves his hand over the fire, over the sticks, and they burst into flames. And he says, "I have seen your past, Magic Frog, and Urag'Thak, I see your future."
What does that mean? He gets apprehensive. That's the right word I'm using.
Magic Frog, I see storms and flames. A ship capsized.
What the hell are you talking about, old man? I get kind of angry.
At this point, his eyes are like white. They all of the color is gone. They're pure white orbs, and he is looking at you, but he's not making eye contact. It's almost as though he's looking at you at every point in time. Like he's looking at you, but he's looking through you, but he's definitely examining you. It's a very strange feeling, and he says, he actually doesn't even elaborate on it. The moment you ask him what he means, his head just whips around toward Urag, and he says, "Urag'Thak, I see many things in your future, grandson. I see you must travel to the settlement of Loudwater and uncover truth. You must find your father. He's alive. He is alive."
How?
What? Yo, your dad's alive, bro? Holy shit.